Hello and welcome to the KBB Review podcast. I'm George Dean and I'm delighted to welcome you to another episode in our Rising Star mini-series. We're once again partnering with our friends at Blum to put a real spotlight on the young talent working in independent KBB retail. This industry has an incredibly bright future, but for it to carry on, there needs to be a steady stream of fresh blood entering the sector. So we're delighted to be working again with Blum to really highlight some of tomorrow's industry leaders. And we've got a real treat for you today. So you're about to hear from Lorenzo Dell'Aquila, an apprentice at Simon Taylor Furniture, who Simon says has made an absolutely massive impact since he started. Now, he's due to finish his apprenticeship next month, but he sat down with us for a little chat to tell us all about what it means being a rising star. But first, do you know a rising star? Or even better, are you a rising star? Well, if so, we'd absolutely love to hear from you. There are only 3 rules this time around as well. So the first is that you need to be under 30 years of age by the stroke of midnight on the 4th of March 2026. Nice and easy. Secondly, you must be currently employed by a retailer, which for the sake of argument, we're going to define as a company that sells directly to the consumer. And unfortunately, you can't be a finalist from last year's Rising Star category. We will suss you out. We have had specialist training. So without any further ado, let's hear from Lorenzo. Thank you so much for being with me today, Lorenzo.
No problem. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
How are you doing today?
Not too bad, thanks. Yeah, how's it going with you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. So, as one of our rising stars, I just wanted to hear maybe a little bit more about how you came to enter the industry.
Well, my father was a cabinet maker. He specialised in fitted consoles for sort of air control towers. He even furnished the BBC. And one of his largest competitors with the company he worked for, based in Aylesbury, was Simon Taylor Furniture. Everyone knows the Simon Taylor Furniture name. So I knew I wanted to pursue furniture, having sort of studied product design technology in school and through A-level, with keen passion for subjects like art and maths as well. It was the perfect amalgamation of all of those skills.
Yeah, it sort of combines everything together, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I phoned up. Simon Taylor wasn't actually advertising for a position at the time. I rang up, managed to get a traineeship, and then about a month in, Simon proposed I start an apprenticeship in furniture making, which I happily took up. So yeah, studying at Rykerwood, about to finish in the next month. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it was an unusual start to the career in the industry, but I sort of, looking back, I wouldn't have changed it.
No, I think it's funny because anyone that I've ever spoken to, I don't think that there is such a thing as a usual start to a career in this industry, because it's such a unique field, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely one that presents a lot of opportunities and potential for people who are creative-minded and their unique skills.
So how did you manage to wrangle your way into getting a job? If there wasn't even a position, you must have said something absolutely amazing in that phone call to have a whole role almost essentially created for you.
I'm not actually too sure. I'm not sure if I possess the skills to be able to answer that question. But no, I presented myself quite professionally. I'd like to think.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Yeah, I had sort of all my A-level work printed out, sort of to show what I'm capable of. But it was just a strong, keen interest for furniture and design and numbers and geometry. And Simon was sort of looking for someone to fill a bench on the shop floor. So it was sort of good timing from both our parts.
Right, and he clearly saw something in you that, was clearly there and could flourish, because you're still there now a good few years on, aren't you? And you're thriving.
I don't want to say he sort of took a gamble, but yeah, no, it's like I like to think he sort of thinks he made the right decision. Yeah.
So tell me a bit more about your day-to-day role then, because obviously you're doing your apprenticeship at the same time and you're about to finish. Is it this month or next month?
In the next month coming, yeah.
Okay, right. So alongside that, what does your day-to-day look like?
It could be anything from taking goods out from lorries or packaging ready to load up the van for dispatch, and everything in between. Today I'm currently hanging a double door unit for a Belfast sink, and I'll continue to hang another 3 units on top of that today. Yeah, so it could be literally anything in between, milling, sanding, assembly, machining joints, setting up machinery. Yeah, anything. It's quite varied work, and that's what I like about it.
I suppose every day is a little bit different then, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and it keeps it exciting and fresh.
So one of the things that I found really interesting about your entry from Simon is that he mentioned that you're working on something very special for the company's 40th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, so could you maybe tell me a little bit more about that and what it is you're doing with that specifically?
So yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of the company this year, this December, and we're looking to create a limited run of an additional 40 pieces to mark the anniversary, along with potentially a kitchen celebrating the 40th anniversary of the company too. Pieces will be numbered through one through to 40 and be sold on like a limited release. I've got to be careful with sort of what I can disclose about the project. It's sort of like top secret. Yeah, no, yeah, it's exciting developments, and we're sort of putting in the R&D into the product line and stuff. So yeah, no, it's really good. It's a really exciting project.
So without sort of giving too much away too early, how has your role shaped that project? Have you had much input in terms of the design?
Definitely, yeah. Collaborating with design and Simon as well, numbers, feasibility of the products as well, showing ambition and drive through what we're sort of capable of and pushing ourselves, supporting one another in what we're offering to the project is another sort of skill which we're utilizing. But once we have them made, it'll be quite a cathartic experience.
I can imagine, yeah, because you must have been working on that for quite a long time. So finally seeing that come to fruition must be really rewarding for you.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
I like the idea as well that you're doing 40 pieces for 40 years. There's something really nice and like chocolate box about that I think is really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's a nice idea. It was actually Simon's idea originally, and
That sounds like a very Simon idea.
Yeah, no, we all jumped on board. We were all sort of 100% for it.
And speaking of everyone getting involved, one of the things I was really impressed to read as well in your entry was that apparently you've also taken on a kind of mentorship role to some other apprentices.
Yes, we've had two more apprentices after myself. One has finished his level 2 course and has now moved out on site. And the second one after that, he is currently still in the workshop about to go through his assessments, I think in the next month too, for level 2. But yeah, no, I sort of happily mentor them both, sort of setting them targets, making sure they're on track with their course, answering any queries they may have, because obviously I've been through it firsthand. But yeah, and teaching them skills for like sharpening chisels to make sure they need any assistance. But sort of being friendly and approachable in the workshop definitely comes to play and benefits that. Make sure the transfer of information is seamless, and we could definitely help one another to help ourselves.
Because it is nice because sometimes I think when you start a job, you can get trained by someone who perhaps maybe isn't as relatable to you because they're so vastly different from you in age. I think it's nice that if you're an apprentice, you've been through that recently, so you're a really good sort of helping hand for them, I think it sounds like.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sort of helping someone understand a concept or practice in a way that they would understand because you've only been through it a matter of months ago. It's definitely useful to come from someone like myself.
And it sounds like for you to start your career at a business anywhere, I think Simon Taylor is one that I hear all the time is really big on apprenticeships and bringing up the next generation of professionals in this industry. So I feel like you've landed somewhere that's really sort of nourishing for your career. Do you feel like it's a really good supportive place for you to be?
Definitely. Any help that I've sort of required, I've received, and there's definitely scalability and room to move. There's never a sort of a ceiling above your head, which is quite a freeing feeling to have, especially in the workplace and in a career and in an industry that I wish to climb up.
Yeah. And talking of that, where do you think you could maybe go from here? Like, obviously, you're at the start of your career now, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, 4 years in it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's relatively at the start when you look at your whole life. But like, where do you think you'd like to see yourself going down the line?
For starters, I wish to be of greater value to not only the company but the industry as well. Definitely pack out my skill set, whether it be soft or hard skills. There's a lot of training that I feel like I recognise that I require it within myself, but I'm more than happy to sort of take that on. I'm very keen to learn. I'm quite self-motivated, but I think the future of the company lies in, as Simon would agree, that sort of apprenticeships and the future and betterment of the industry, because not only does it make it sustainable of an industry, but youth keeps things fresh and new perspectives. All of this can only improve what we've already got.
Yeah, because one of the things that we hear about a lot is that there is a really big skills gap crisis in this industry where there's more people aging out of it than there is coming into it. And I feel like that's a little bit more prevalent, maybe on the installation side, but I think it is industry wide.
No, definitely. It's a skill gap that I alongside Simon are looking to close up. But yeah, no, we're all for it. Absolutely all for it. Banging our drums.
Yeah. And again, Simon is such a good person to talk about this, but what is it that you think maybe are some of the challenges to getting more young people into this industry?
I think it could be to do with awareness, potentially. It could be down to banging drums at career days at schools, whether it be Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, sort of early, letting people know there are different avenues to starting careers. I mean, I personally didn't opt for the university route. I knew I would sort of get in and start working and learn on the job. But I think it's important to encourage that there are different avenues. And like you said, it's an unusual industry to just start straight into.
Yeah, there's not really an ideal place to start, or a right way, or a normal way, or a common way. It's everyone's got a different story, and that's what I really like hearing about.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, so in the spirit of that, we are delighted to have you as one of our rising stars for the KBB Review Awards 2026 next year, and I look forward to seeing you on the night.
Brilliant, you too, yeah. Thank you so much.
And thank you for talking with me today.
No problem. Take care.